Alright, welcome to part 4 of Dragon Quest II run-through in Japanese. I think in this particular video we're going to have quite a lot to do. We've got to get the Wind Cape, we've got to get the Mirror of Ra, we've got to rescue the princess and get her added to the team, and then do a little bit of exploring. I think we'll visit Lianport after doing the Dragonhorn Tower and make it all the way to Tantagel, so definitely lots to come. So having just explored Moonbrook and seeing the devastation there, just back in town doing a little bit of maintenance. Doesn't seem like we need to do any equipment upgrading just now, but we can always do that later. Talk to the old man here, save our game, and I think the next step is going to be to go and follow up on those leads we got in Moonbrook. We've got to find that Mirror of Ra, which is apparently lying in a swamp near some bridges, and it sounds like it'll be a bit muddy. We'll have to do some cleaning up on it, and then find, I guess, a dog in a place where people meet. I can't even imagine where that dog might be. Look, there's a dog following me. Who knew? But I'm sure it's unrelated. So moving forward, for the rest of this playthrough, it's going to be done a little bit differently. I'm not going to translate every single text box through the monster battles. The first 3 videos should cover that pretty well if anybody wants to review those and know what all these different text boxes say. So just to keep the playtime down a little bit and make it a bit more manageable, unless it's a special battle for some reason, we'll just do the quick version and let you know who the characters are we're fighting and what's going on. So thinking bridges, this seemed like a good location, but it doesn't seem like there's enough of them. I think we were looking for 4 bridges and a swamp that we could be standing in while we see those 4 bridges. So I guess we'll have to keep looking. bridges, and this time there is a swamp. I actually see 4 bridges. Let's take a search. Nanto! The Mirror of Ra. Here it is at last. So with this mirror, we now have the power to show the true form of somebody who has been cursed with transformation. So let's go try it out. Alright, level 10, milestone for Conan, double digits. So getting a little more defense, a little more ability, and a lot of HP, a bit more MP, great. And the return spell, that's very timely. You can make use of that right about now. Alright, back to the friendly dog here. Let's see what the Mirror of Ra has to tell us about this person. So Conan's going to take a look into the mirror. Presumably he aims it in the general direction of the dog, and a beautiful princess! Wow. What a surprise, I would never have expected that. So the mirror shatters, the curse is lifted, and the princess is human again. And with that, the party is complete. We have the princess, we have the prince, both of them, so we're ready to go. So I believe the next item on the agenda that we've heard about is to go and get the Gazeno Manto, or the Mantle of Wind, the Wind Cape, and we can use that to fall from great heights safely. So I'll just do a quick save here, and then Princess coming in at level 1 is probably not going to survive much, so we're going to have to grind for just a little bit, get her leveled up where we can actually find her useful. So I'll get the princess to a comfortable level for advancing the plot around minute 26:45, so feel free to jump there. Up until that point, it's going to be grinding, equipment upgrading, and a quick detour over to Moonbrook just to see if anybody has anything different to say now that their wonderful princess has returned, but nothing that's going to significantly advance the plot. Okay, level 6 for Maria at long last after that big slog. So that's pretty much where we're recommended now to be able to handle the wind tower. So I think it's time to buckle up and get back to questing. So we're going to move forward to the plot at this point. actually kind of walked all the way to the wind tower and just didn't go in, but this time we're going to do this vlog all the way around, all the way up north to this bridge, and around the mountains, along the beach, and down. It's not the most conveniently located tower, I'll admit. Lo and behold, it's the wind tower. Alright, so this is our first tower. There's many of them in this game. Essentially, we start on the bottom and work our way up. And not all the towers have the major treasure on the top floor. And sometimes they're a bit of a maze of going up and down and back and forth. There's usually a few folks in the towers to talk to, and the monsters tend to get a little tougher as we go up. So we'll just make our way carefully and slowly and explore. objective is just tantalizingly there in that room up to the left, and no obvious way to get at it, so obviously it's going to be an up, down, find the right combination of stairs and pathways to get there. Alright, level 12 for Conan, that's a good one. Going through all our little stat increases, but here we have the spell Outside, which is a great companion to return. So now we don't have to schlep our way all the way down from a tower or out of a cave, and it's a double hitter even. So we got Maria going up as well. What a battle. Alright, this helpful fella is basically just letting us know that when we have one of these outer wall edges, we can in fact fall off the edge of the tower, and if you climbed all the way up, that is kind of a drag, because you don't get hurt from falling off, but you do get the privilege of climbing all the way back up. So, good note to be careful and don't fall off the tower by accident. Although there are times when it can be a good idea to do it on purpose. And there's our quarry again, so it looks like we might be getting closer. We've made it! The Wind Cape is in front of us. Alright, so now that we have that, this is actually an item that I can equip. It doesn't really do much as far as I know, other than when you fall off the tower, it allows you to not just fall straight down to the base. You can kind of float a little further away, which will come in extremely handy when we get to the Dragon Horn. But here's an example that did not really actually play out. Oh, because I haven't equipped it right. Otherwise I would have landed a little bit further away from the tower when I fell. So back to Hamlin. Gonna do some saving and all that good stuff. We'll have to grind just a little bit more. I'm trying to keep pace with the levels that you should have as we move forward. So once we get a town, we'll commence with that. This next grind will take us to about minute 45-50, so it's not too long compared to the other one. basically just walk to the tower, killing monsters, warp back, and then do it for real. And a little shrine to pass under the river, or over it, I guess. It's not really, I guess maybe it's over, since there's a river here, and it looks like you can go inside. But even though we just came downstairs, so it's hard to say what the deal is. But anyway, it's a little church that's here, which can be kind of useful, I guess, if something gets wiped out on the way. And great. So this looks like we can just go up on this side, and now we're on the other side of the river. Awesome. Continue. Alright, and after a little battle with these nice man-eaters, that gives us our target level of 14, so I think we're ready to take on the Dragon Sworn and move on to Lianport. So we're going to warp back to Hamlin and rest up, get everything back to shipshape, and we're going to head over and do this one for real. suspicious missing shadow here. Let's try it. Ooh, it looks like there is a door here, just not one that I can open yet. So, guess we'll have to remember that and come back later once I have a better key and see what we can find behind there. Okay, we made it back to the Dragon's Horn, so we're going to enter this time. And here we go. Got a guy here that's going to tell us a little bit about the tower, I suppose. So let's find out what he knows. I guess if I say I don't want to hear it, he won't tell me. So I'll try saying, I don't know what he has to say. I guess that makes sense. There would have been a bridge connecting them at one point, but there isn't now, so I guess the wind cake will come in more handy than ever. So this tower has a much smaller footprint than the other one, which is kind of nice. Makes it very straightforward to follow, even though there is this gigantic hole in the middle that I have to walk around. So I guess that probably goes all the way up. I'm not sure how many floors we'll have to do. Fighting monsters all the way, but I guess that's just it. Just wind our way around, try not to get dizzy, try not to fall in the hole, and make our way to the top. Okay, it looks like we've made it to the top. So, if I recall, you kind of have to walk off the right way or you're going to get blown not across the river, but end up on the same side and then have to climb all the way up again. So I'm going to try my hardest to make sure that I choose the correct direction and wind up where I want to. Alright, success! Here I am on the north side. We've got another tower we can climb if we need to go back the other way. But I think there's going to be very shortly a better way to do that, so let's just head into town and see what's going on in the bustling metropolis of Lianport. Alright, Repel is actually quite useful, so when you're having to trudge across the world and don't want to deal with piddly monster attacks that provide no useful amount of experience for your level, just cast that, and you shouldn't have much smoother free sailing, so we'll just have to keep that in our back pocket and use it as necessary. And then Lupgana is the Japanese name for Lianport, so I guess we'll have to keep that straight. I have a hard time remembering which is which sometimes, so it's always good when I'm somewhere else and they're referring to a place. So I'm pretty sure I gibbled up the translation for this guy. I could not make heads or tails of what this was supposed to mean. So I guess somebody might eventually tell me what that was supposed to mean, but or it was just some random thing that makes sense. And we have somebody here for Elfgard, which is pretty cool. Remember Dragon Quest I? That was where the whole game took place. So apparently that country is referenced in part of this game, so perhaps we'll get to go there and find out what has changed. And the obligatory Puff Puff Girl. We encountered one in Dragon Quest I at the Baths of Coal. Found one here, and they're pretty consistent throughout Dragon Quest series, so we'll just enjoy a little Puff Puff. Surely that just means we're blowing on some dandelions and calling it a day, and we'll continue. Alright, here's a chance to burn off some of those lottery tickets I've been picking up from all these random fights. So I have terrible luck with this, I'm terrible at it. Those who like to cheat just would save the game, play the game, lose, reset, play the game, until they finally win something. For me, I don't care that much. I still have no idea what a gold card does. I could look it up, but I'm just not that interested in trying to get obsessed with figuring out how to get one. So we'll just blow those tickets and move on. I'll pick up a magic bell. I'm not entirely certain what it does, but I'll just have one, I guess. It seems expensive, so it must be good. otherwise I don't think anything here. What's going on over here? Those don't look like friendly guys. The swamp, broken wall. Oh no, the monsters are after this girl? Okay. Well, I'm here to the rescue. Here they come. That woman is theirs? I don't think so. We're gonna have to fight it out, it looks like. They are not going to eat me under any circumstances. The Gurimarin are going to fare poorly in this battle. I can feel it. Must be a bit of an idiom or something going on here, because Toporo is place, but I'm not sure why we're having that in this particular reference, so it's probably an awkward translation. Same thing, uncle, grandfather is the same, so I'm not sure which one that was intended to be, but seems like a grandpa. So let's chat with him a bit and see what he'll offer me in exchange for the well-being of his granddaughter that I rescued. Let me think. How can you think? Ooh, a boat? Yes, a boat would be very useful. I will take it. Alright, there's definitely some new equipment here that seems like it would be some pretty good upgrades from where I am right now. So just kind of taking a spin through. Definitely looks like a mage wand would be nice to have. The hiding clothes look like they would be pretty useful as well. So probably a good idea to do some shopping. Just head up to the bank again there. I've got a little chunk of change squirreled away just for this rainy day, so I'll pick it up and just do a little bit of equipment upgrading. Alright, we'll put that little bit of dregs of cash back in the bank and head out. I don't know about you, but the first thing I noticed in this harbor is a strange door, so let's see what's behind here. Go up on this beach and see what's up in this little harbor house. There's a merchant here. He had a treasure-laden boat that sank. And he was rescued, and now his treasure is at the bottom of the sea. Oh, that's too bad. But he'd be thankful if I get it for him. Interesting. I wonder what that actually means in terms of reward. Who knows? But for now, I think it's time to get out into the wild blue yonder and do a bit of exploration. Alright, that was a very familiar theme, so I have a clue about what this piece of land is called. So I have a feeling there is a castle just this way that I should go and visit. And the scale's a little different, but that definitely is a familiar castle with its forbidding keep across the water. Radatome! Or commonly known as Tantagel. Okay, so here we are, back in familiar territory. Radatome Town and Radatome Castle do seem to now be one united front, so I guess that's that. Yes, we have heard about the second treasure. Alright, a little bit of a friendly explanation that, I'm not crazy, they were two separate places at one point, but they have since become one. Well, that character certainly looks like a king, but not in the castle where one would expect to encounter the king, so the king's hanging in the weapon shop for some reason. Now this guy, if I recall, used to restore MP. I'm not sure if that's still what happens or not, but I guess with an inn and all those other things around, probably doesn't matter too much, but nice of him to give us the blessing anyway. And then we have, for some reason, the main priest isn't doing our priest things. The main priest is doing the king things. So I guess the fact that the king's hiding out in the weapon shop would suggest that he's not going to be doing our Imperial Scrolls of Honor while we're in Tantagel. Okay, here's some explanation. So Hargon has frightened the king so much that he's gone into hiding, and the soldiers seem unimpressed. So I guess Tantagel has been cowed. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we pretty much finished exploring Tantagel Castle, so we'll start exploring Elfgard, and we'll call that the end of this particular expedition. So hope you enjoy this. Please like, subscribe, do all those fun social media things if you so desire, and we'd love to see you again on the next round. Cheers.